Hi, this is Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So we are up to part 5 of the Junk Trunk Kit, using the Junk Trunk Kit from Cool Mom Book Boutique on Etsy, Jessica over I'm a Cool Mom on YouTube. And so today we are going to do some embellishing on the inside of the journal, and there's only one part left, and that will probably be tomorrow, if not the next day. It'll be really soon after, and that will be the final touch of adding a mini journal into this envelope journal. So I did forget in the last one to talk about this clear acrylic matte coating. I haven't put it on here yet, but since we used a delicate book page that was in the kit, this will probably chip away pretty easily, and the image, you know, when you're dealing with the really fragile papers and stuff like that, Mod Podge is an option. I really don't like how it works for covering something like this. It does work wonderful for decoupage and stuff like that, but not for this. So I have Treehouse Studio brand from Hobby Lobby. It was $5.99. I think I used a 40% off coupon on it, but you could use any brand. This is just the only brand that I've ever tried, and you only need a tiny, tiny little bit. And it really stinks, so it's better to do it outside, but, you know, and then I'm just going to, that's it. Once it dries, that should help protect it. Oh, it stinks. Okay. It's not stinks as much as, like, it's just strong. So let's get working on our embellishments. We have our glue that was included in the kit, and we're going to be using that today. And I'm pulling out my embellishments here to the side. And so there's a whole bunch of like cards and tags and things like that. So let's open it up. So personally, I like on the inside cover here to have some kind of a little tuck spot, some kind of a pocket. So I'm going to look through my kit here. This actually was the thank you card that Jessica sent me. And I think I'm going to use that here in the front so I can open it up to have the thank you and then make it a tuck spot to add my own things too. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue along the edge here and the bottom here. And I'm going to stick that there. Since I'm actually keeping this journal for myself, oh, it's still tacky on the front. Since I'm actually keeping this journal for myself, that will work perfectly. That dry. Okay, so now I can read the thank you card, and then I can tuck something behind there, and let me see, maybe one of these desk checks can just tuck right in there, and then I can put my information or whatever I want on that. You can use anything, these little journaling cards that are available on my shop as downloads. I can add these to the pages as well. I can paper clip them on. I can put them as pockets. All right, so let's just get started. I'm probably not going to decorate the whole book. I'm just going to add a few things to show you some options. Otherwise, this video would be really long. So in here, there's some paper clips. So that's what I'm grabbing for right now. All right, so here's a paper clip. And I'm going to add a little bit of this blue lace that we were cutting up for the tassel onto the paper clip. So I'm just going to cut, oh, I'm off screen. Sorry guys. I'm going to cut a little thin strip off like that. And then I'm going to fold it in half and put it through this so that I have a lace. No, actually, I'm going to tie it on. Yes, I'm going to tie it on. Right? So just one tie, like so, and that's about perfect. So it's a little longer than I would like it, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim. Okay, so there's my paper clip, and what am I going to use here? Okay, so I have this layaway tag, and I'm just going to clip it right on here, so that's always an option. And then I'm going to grab, I know I saw some, there, here's a little vintage playing card, and I'm going to slip that right on there. So that's a great option as well. Let's see. Okay, so I have this library card pocket, and I'm going to add this right here to the back. And you can ink around the edges if you'd like, or leave it. I'm just going to glue the pocket and add that here. There we go. I have some message pad notes, a pink and a yellow one. So I'm going to keep them together and find a page. Right here looks good to me. And sometimes I like to stick things over the page like that, and then paper clip them on or staple them on. And then you can also use each side as a tuck spot. So here is an envelope that I can slip into the tuck spot here. And then I could slip something in here as well if I wanted to, maybe even another envelope. And I will, you know, probably decorate this more as I go through. Okay, sorry if I got cut off. I had a phone call, so I'm trying to pick back up where I left off. And pretty much we're just doing simple embellishments. There are lots of videos out there that I've done and others have done for really dramatic embellished stuff. But I'm just showing what you can do easily and quickly. There's this beautiful bag with a map on it, so we're just going to glue that down on one page. When I make journals for myself, I don't over embellish because I never know like exactly what I'm going to use it for, when I'm going to use it. When I'm making it for others, I do it a little bit different. All right, so I added that bag, and then there's some of these yellow note pages that I'm going to slip in there. So if I write any notes, I can tuck them in there maybe with some pictures or something like that. I'm looking through, and I see some index cards. I love index cards in junk journals, and you can ink them up or stamp on them, you know, whatever you want to do. Let's see, I'm looking. Lots of cards, and here's some little receipts. All right. And we're not going to use all of them. I'm just showing you a couple of ideas here of what you can do super simple. All right, so I'm going to add this receipt here. Let me grab my stapler. All right, so I'm just going to staple this onto this book page, and then I can write on the front and back and kind of, you know, tuck something underneath it as well. And I brought my green ink pad, and I'm just going to ink the edges here. I can stamp on it or write on it or add stuff to them later, but for right now we're just going to add a little bit of color. And then I'm going to, normally when I decorate a journal, I don't just flip through like this. I start at the beginning and I go through, but since I'm just showing you a few different options. All right, so I'm going to turn this index card into a pocket. So I'm going to glue the two sides and the bottom and leave the top open. Now I have a little pocket, so I can still write on the index card, but I can tuck little pieces of ephemera or whatever into it. So I have that, and then this other one that I inked, I'm just going to slip right there, and there's this little vintage picture that looks like her name was Marielle Anne Boussy, or Boussy, 1943. Cute little piece of ephemera, so I wonder who she was. I could come up with a story, so we're going to tuck that right there. And I still have a few pieces and things left that I could add in here. These are my journaling cards, and I'm going to find a little place to tuck those as well. And then I think we will be done. Let's see. So many options, places to put things, right? So I'm just going to kind of stagger them here and clip them or staple. Do I want to staple? I think I'll do that, because if I staple a few at the top of the page, you could use washi tape or, you know, whatever you wanted to do. But I'm going to staple it there so I can write under it and beneath it. And I'm going to find a couple pages to do that too for the rest of the cards. And this one. All right, so that's going to just be the end of this video today. Oh, I'm going to add Jessica's card in here as well, because I think that goes along very perfectly. And just going to tuck it in there. Okay, so that's just a few ideas of how you can put the things very simply into a journal, and then we're going to make a little mini journal in the next part.